Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to cover what a function is in JavaScript. We'll write a classic function, we'll write an arrow function, and then we'll add some parameters to show what they can do. So what is a function? A function is a block of code that you can call from outside of the code in order to achieve something. It will return something or do something for you. In classic JavaScript, you would define a function using the function word. So I will write a function called write hello world. You'd use brackets before and after to say that it's a function, and you would open and close some curly brackets for your code block. The round brackets here are where you would write your input parameters. We'll get onto that in a minute. So for write hello world, what I'm going to do with this video and in all my videos, we'll just use console log to output to our terminal down here, so that you can see the script running before we finish. So console log, what console log does is simply pastes out or posts out the text into the terminal, into the console. So what I'll write is hello world here, and we'll end our code line with a semicolon, as we always do. If I save that script, what I can do down here, I've got Node running on my computer, and using it I can just run the lesson. Now you'll see that it hasn't actually done anything because we're not actually calling this function at this point. All we've got is a script that doesn't break, it's not broken, but it's not doing anything as things stand. Because a function is a block of code that won't run unless you tell it to run. So right back up at the top level of the code, we can literally call write hello world. Again, it's a function, so it needs the brackets. We're not passing anything in, but it needs the brackets all the same, and end with a semicolon. If I come back down to my console and run it, you'll see that it writes hello world. So this is classic JavaScript. This is how JavaScript used to be written, I think, and it's still acceptable, it still works, but these days functions are written out as constants that can be passed between scripts, between modules within your code. So to show you that, I'll just write the same function. So what we can do is just comment this one. To comment that, by the way, I held down Control and hit question mark. So I can have a constant hello world, and I'm telling it that that is a function, and then we use an arrow function to actually tell it where the code block is. So we've created a constant called write hello world, and we've told it that it is a function, and here is the function. And in the same way we'll do the console.log of hello world with closing curly brackets. So down here I can run it, and it runs and it says hello world again for me. What we can also say is use properties and parameters, and we can pass those in to a function from the outside. So I can say in here, I want to pass in words, and all it needs to be is a property name. And in VS Code here, you'll see that it's faded, coloured, because I'm not actually using it yet. It's a parameter that I'm passing in, but I'm not actually using it. If I told console log to use it, then it all brightens up because I'm now using that parameter that I've passed in. But I'm not actually passing it in yet, am I? So in here, I need to pass in the property, the parameter, into the hello world function. So I can say here, hello mode code. And I can save this. And if I run this, it'll say hello mode code because I've told it. I've passed in that parameter as the property, as the parameter name words. I've then used it within my function. And in a similar way, I could create a variable outside of the function called these words. And I could set that to my string, and then I can pass that variable in as the parameter into this function that has a parameter words. So these words gets passed in, becomes words, and then gets used by the console log. So if I save this, I can run it again, and hello mode code comes out. Hope that's useful. See you in the next one.